Really? Okay. So, guys, it's the end of the month. At the end of every month, we like to do something a little bit special. We've done both splits, we've done the binds, so it's time for our yoga flow. With the yoga flow, there's a lot of repetition. If at any time it gets too much for you, just go to like a pose, like child's pose or down dog. You don't have to do every routine all the time, okay? Because it is a bit of a workout, okay? So what we're going to do to start with is we're going to set an intention for our practice. This is what they often do. So lie on your back. You can put your feet in butterfly position or straight out. What I do is put my feet in butterfly position and then put my arms out in a cactus. Now, we're going to take some conscious breaths. As you breathe in, I want you to try and tuck your tailbone and arch your spine. As you breathe out, push your lower spine into the floor and then tuck your tailbone up. So breathe in, arch your spine, breathe out, tuck your tailbone. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Now, close your eyes, breathe naturally, try and go into what's called the neutral spine. And what they say is, they say, set an intention for your practice. So this intention for your practice might be something like breathing just through my nose. The intention to your practice might be, you know, you're going to try and stay, you know, more still during your balances, okay? Be the simplest thing in the world, but set an intention for your practice. And another 3 deep breaths. Then we're going to sit up. Just going to sit with our legs crossed. Now, from here, take your hand opposite knee and twist. So breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, and twist. Breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, and twist. And switch sides. Breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, twist. Come back to the front, change the cross of the legs. And now we're going to walk one hand over to the side. Try and keep both hips on the ground and lift the arm up. Look up at your hand, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Come up, put your hand over the other side, lift the other hand up, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, stand up. Right, let's start off with our sun salute. So, start. Okay. So just do 2 deep breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. This time, breathe in. As you breathe out, swan dive down to the floor. Now, as just your first bend, put a generous bend in your legs. and put your hands on the floor, or if you want to put your blocks out, put your hands out to start, you can. As you breathe in, straighten your legs as much as you need to straighten your back, and then breathe out and forward. Breathe in again, come up, breathe out and forward. Okay, now step one leg back and the other leg back. And then we're going to lower slowly down to the floor. From here, you're going to take your hands back in line with your lower ribs and push up for baby cobra. And down. This time we're going to lift and look over one shoulder. So a little twist and down. And then lift, look over the other shoulder. And down. Now, curl your toes and come up in the plank. And come back to down dog. In this first down dog, we're going to walk the dog. So bend one knee and then the other. And just return to your down dog and 2 deep breaths. Now raise up your right leg and swing it through the outside of your right hand. And then drop your back knee. Uncurl your toes and then slowly come up. Now, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to raise high as we breathe in. As we breathe out, push the hips forward and bring your hands out to the cactus arms. We're just going to do 5 of each. So breathe in and out. Now this time, as the hands come up, come out and twist and see if you can go deeper. Do 3 of these, breathe in, hands up. Time again. Out. Now hook your elbow over your knee and twist. You can stay here, but see if you can curl your toes now and come up into twisted crescent. Now bring your one hand down to the floor and twist. A hand to the floor, take the leg back. Optional vinyasa, meaning push up dog or big cobra, and down dog. Left leg up, bring it through to the outside of your left hand, and lower the knee down. Then come up, arms up, breathe in, breathe out, and cactus. Now start to twist the arms. One more time. Elbow, arm, twist. Feel free to stay here, but if you like, you can curl your back toes and straighten your leg and raise your knee off the floor. Now, bring your hand down to the mat and twist. Slowly bring your hand down. Bring your leg back. Optional vinyasa or go straight to your down dog. And when we come back to down dog at the end of the sequence, we're just going to take 3 breaths here. This is designed to bring your breath back to the slow breathing into the nose. And then step your feet up to your hands as far as they'll go. When your feet won't go any further, breathe in and breathe out. Now notice how much more open you are now than to the start. And then breathe in, come up, and breathe out. Round 1 done. Round 2. Hold. Step the feet. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step the feet back. This time. Push up. Up dog. Go over one shoulder. Then the other. Curl the toes. Come into your down dog. This time, we're going to raise both toes up and push the heels to the floor. So toes up as high as they can and push the heels to the floor. 2. Now, raise your right leg and bend the knee, open up the hips, and turn your hip up. We're going to do 5 circles one direction. 5 circles the other direction. And take the leg straight back up, straight, and swing it through to your right hand. Now, from here, drop the back heel and raise up to your warrior 1. Okay, and again, we're going to straighten the leg and bend it. 1, 2, and 3. Bring the hands down to the floor. Optional vinyasa. Now you can lift up your left leg, so if you pick the wrong leg. Okay, and then bend your knee, open up your hip, and 5 circles. Change direction. Straighten the leg again, and bring it through to your left hand. Walk the fingertips either side of the feet. Drop the back heel down and lift up to your warrior 1. And again, breathing in and out. In, out. In. Your hands down. Keep the foot back. Optional vinyasa. And down low. And again, return your breath back to normal. And slowly walk your feet in. Breathe in, flat back, breathe out, and fold. And breathe in, come up, and breathe out. Come on, dog, you're going on the lead. You can't be trusted. Right. Ooh, sounds good. Okay. Breathe in. Breathe out and fold. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now step or jump back into your vinyasa. Into your down dog. Now this time we're going to raise the right leg. We're going to bring your knee, the right knee to your right elbow. And then back to 3-legged dog. Right knee to left elbow. Back. Right knee to the chest. Lift your hips up, and then step the foot to the right hand. Drop the back heel, raise out, and then we go to warrior two. And again, what we're going to do, lift the arms, straighten the leg, and down. Lead into your extended side angle and over. Come up and reverse warrior. Come forward again into your warrior two. This time you can go back to your knee again, but you might want to come to the inside of your leg, either on the block or on the floor, but make sure that shoulder doesn't pop forward. And come up. This time, we're going to do the rainbow warrior, which looks like this. If you can't do that, we'll just do reverse warrior. Come back to warrior two. Last time, extend side angle. This time, you might want to take your hand to the outside of your leg. And take the arm right the way over. Come up. Reverse warrior one more time. Straighten the leg. Walk the fingers down the back leg and bend again. Straighten the leg. Arms come up. Tip forward now to triangle pose. On the leg, block or floor. Look up at that hand. Make sure everything's in line. Hand on your top hip, bend the front knee, bring the back leg in, walk the hands forward onto a block or floor, and come up for half moon pose. Now, make sure everything's still in alignment like it was standing. If you're feeling okay, you can bring your hand up. Maybe you raise your leg a couple of inches higher. Now, feel free to stay there or bend the top leg. Reach for it. From a quadricep stretch. Straighten the leg. Now, we're going to try and smooth as we can, tip back into your deepest triangle pose. Go for it. So come back and triangle. Hands to the floor, bend the knee, turn the back foot over the forward foot. And then take the foot back, optional vinyasa or straighten down dog. Lift the left leg up. Left knee to left elbow, back to three-legged dog. Left knee to right elbow, three-legged dog. Right knee to the chest. Lift your knee high up, round the back, and step your foot to your left, step the foot to your left hand. Then come up warrior one. And go across to the warrior. Switch warrior two, we're just going to breathe in. Straighten the legs. And then one more time. Extend the side angle. Come up. Front palm, reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Extend the side angle again. This time you might come in front of your foot. On the floor on the block, look up your hand. And then come up. This time we're going to go into that rainbow warrior. Or you can do reverse warrior again. Find rainbow warrior difficult. Back to warrior two. This time, we'll do the extend hand to the outside, block or floor, and then bring your hand all the way over the top. Try and breathe naturally. Come up, a bit of warrior. Straighten the leg, walk the fingertips down the leg, bend a bit more. Now straighten the leg, come up, tip forward into your triangle pose. Look up at your hand, make sure it's a straight line. Hand on your hip, bend the front knee, walk the back leg in, come on onto your block or floor, and half moon pose. If you're feeling okay, lift that arm up. Feeling okay, maybe lift the leg up a couple of inches. Feel free to stay there. If you did it on the other side, bend the knee, reach for your foot for a quadricep stretch. And straighten the leg, and as smooth as you can, tip back and do deepest triangle pose. Hand down to the floor, bend the front knee, spin the back heel over, and go back. Optional vinyasa. Now, if you're feeling very open, you can jump your feet to your hands. But the idea is there's a lion, baby, or dog sleeping next to you, you can't wake it up, okay? So you can bend your knees, look down your feet, and jump through. And straighten the legs as you breathe in. And then forward. Now, bend the knees, sit in your chair pose, hands forward. Hands up, and stand. Sun salutation B. Breathe in, sit in the chair, and then forward. Breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, jump back. Breathe up. This time, we're going to lift the right leg up. We're going to bring the knee to the chest. Now, you're going to almost tap your knee to the floor, 1 inch off the floor. Then you're going to round your back and lift. We're going to do that 3 times. So breathe in, lower, breathe out, round. One more time. And round. Step your foot to your hand. Now, come up in crescent lunge. Okay. Open up the arms. Forward tip. Try and straighten that front leg. If you can't straighten the leg with your hand on the floor, put your hand on a block. Now, put your hand to your hip, bend the front knee, walk your hand forward onto a block foot forward, and come up for twisted half moon. Now, for most of you, just putting your hand down here with the twist is enough. If you feel length in your spine, you can look up to your shoulder, make sure your back leg is straight, and raise your arm. Like earlier, you can bend your foot, grab onto it, quadricep stretch. Open, and you come back for the deepest twisted triangle. Okay, bend the knee again. This is a tricky move. I know I've been building it in, but just to watch, what's going to happen is I'm going to turn onto the blade of my straight foot and turn my bent leg out 90 degrees. Now drop your hip to the floor, as low as you go, and then pop it up. 1. And again. 2. One more time. 3. Now, if you're feeling okay, bring your leg in line. here. Feeling really good. Going to a tree pose. Feel extra special. Grab onto your toe and straighten your leg. Release, and then come back into offshore vinyasa or into down dog. You could do those all on the other side, okay? Lift up your left leg. Again, bring your knee through, tap it to the floor, and then round your back and lift. 1. Tap and lift. One more time, tap and lift. Now step the foot to your hand. Come up for crescent. Twist the arms out. Reach forward, come to the floor. Twist. Now feel free to put your hand on the block, but slowly start to straighten the leg, a twisted triangle. And then put that top hand on the hip, walk forward, bring your back leg in, come up onto the block, come up onto one leg. Feel free to stay there. If you feel some opening up the chest, lift up your arm. Bend that top leg if it's available and reach for it. And then slowly come back into your deepest twisted triangle. Now bend your front knee again. Turn your feet out so you're on the blade of the foot. And then you're going to try and lower your hip to the floor. So you sit on that hip and then pop it back up. 1. 2. And the third one. Lift and take your leg back. If this is too intense, you just drop one knee. Okay? You're here in your side plank. Maybe you come into tree pose. Oh, balance. Maybe you grab that toe and straighten the leg. Okay, come back. And then into your vinyasa down dog. Okay, step, walk or hop, your feet in. Breathe. Sit in your chair pose. And stand up. Promise this is the last round. Everyone's doing extremely well. Okay, so breathe in. Breathe out. Come forward. Sit in your chair pose. Lift your arms. Twist to one side. And then put all the weight in that leg and take the other leg back. Good. Bring that leg in, arms up, twist the other side, put all the weight in that foot, other leg goes back. Good. Now, from here, place your fingertips on the floor. You're going to take both hands back. So, breathe in, reach, bend your spine, look to the ceiling, and go forward. One more time, breathe in, and reach. Now feel free to put your hands on blocks if you want to. Otherwise, step straight up into warrior 3. Now you can have your hands back, or you can have your hands in prayer. Now, slowly, with control, you're going to bring the knee up, arms up. Now, grab your knee with both hands. Now, same hand, same knee. Take the knee out to the side, arm goes up to the side. And pass it back through the middle. Switch hands. This is the tricky one. And switch. Very good. And now, go into your prayer and tip forward. Okay, toe comes down, reach up, twist, hands down, quickly into side plank, full plank, into down dog, lift your left leg, make sure it's the other leg for the one you just did, swing it through, fingers either side, the crescent lunge, breathe in, switch the arms up, and back. One more time, reach up, and reach back. Now up to you. You can go onto the blocks or go straight up into warrior three. Hands back or hands in prayer, up to you. And slowly with control, gonna bend up, and the knee, arms up, straighten the leg, ooh, bend it, and reach with both hands. Grab same hand, same leg, here up to the side, breathe. Switch. Okay, hands up to press. And then slowly tip forward in the warrior two. Bring your legs slowly back with control. And twist here into your twisted crescent. Arm goes down, other hand comes up, turn the feet over, and very quickly back into side plank. Okay, roll to your down dog. And then drop the knees and sit back in child's pose. Okay, sit up. A couple of variations of camel pose now. First one is the hands on your hips. Push the hips forward and lean back. And then come up. You can use the blocks for this as a sort of build-up. So if I have my blocks slightly behind me here, what I can do is reach back, put my hands on the blocks, and then push my hips forward. Feel free to stay there or drop down to your heels. Feel free to stay there or hands to the floor. Feel free to stay there or forearms. And if it's available to you, lie all the way back. Slowly with control, come up with that. Come forward into a child's pose again. Curl your toes and stand. Okay, let's do a little tree pose. So with the tree pose, you can put your leg here or on your upper thigh. Doesn't matter which one. Okay. So bring your leg up to where it's comfortable. Bounce. Okay. Okay. Now, interlock your hands. Push forward. As you breathe in, bring them to your chin. Breathe out. To your forehead. Up, lost balance. And then, if you can, to your forehead and all the way above your head. You're on your shin or your upper leg, whichever's comfortable. So pray first, and if prayer feels better if you stay there. If it's okay if you interlock your fingers with the other finger on top, go from your chest, breathe out, breathe in to your chin, a little bit higher, to your nose, a little bit higher, to your forehead, all the way above your head. No. Okay, that's the hard work done. I'm going to lie on the floor now to do a couple of relaxing stretches before we go into our final Shavasana. So after a hard yoga flow like that, it's good to bring the energy back down. So some of my favorite ways of bringing the energy back down. What's going to happen is grab onto your knees and we're going to do in to out circles. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, change direction. Now reach for your ankles, inside your feet or outside your feet for happy baby. You can stay still, or if it feels nice on your spine, just rock slightly side to side. And then drop your feet just outside your hips and drop your knees in. You want to take your hands out in cactus as you can. Now drop your knees out to the side and back in. Now start to drop your knees over to one side and the other. Try and keep your shoulders pinned to the floor. Now on the one side, let it drop. If you want to intensify the stretch, you can take the bottom foot and wrap it over the top knee. Go over the other side and breathe. And switch sides. And if you come back to the middle, and this side, raise your hips. Wrap your right knee over the top of the left. Scoop your hips over to the right. Let both knees fall to the left. You just let them hang. If you'd like to put a block underneath your knees, that's a good idea also. Come up. Lift your hips up again. Left knee over right. Scoop your hips to the left. Drop them over to the left. And then take your feet out wide, arms out wide, final Shavasana, corpse pose. And the breathing pattern is up to you. But the idea is at some point, you forget about the breathing, forget about concentrating about going in and out, and you just simply are still. Start to take a couple of more conscious breaths. As you start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And slowly, slowly in your own time, bend your knees. Roll over to the right when you're ready. Lie there for a second on your right. And then when you're ready, slowly come up to seated. Well done, everyone. That was 45 minutes of some pretty tough yoga. Okay, but I hope you feel better for it. I did a kettlebell workout yesterday, and my legs were like jelly, and I was like, I don't want to stretch at all. But after yoga now, I feel great. So again, when you are feeling a bit beat up and run down, always chuck on a yoga. Obviously, it doesn't have to be 45 minutes like today. Just be 20 minutes, half an hour. But I personally always feel better after I finish one. I feel a lot more like myself, less run down, less tired. It's good. You know, I always know it's a good yoga because I'll fall asleep in the shavasana, and then I'll wake up like YouTube videos finished like ages ago. I'll be like, oh, I fell asleep. But that to me always means it was good. Okay, well done, guys. Awesome job.